fuck is happening? Are we on the airwaves? Ladies, we're here tonight on the show. And tonight on the we are here to talk about. So I'm a big fan lately. I've been, I'm a professional, and I like to watch all these different talk shows. See what people think. Colin Coward, Pat McAfee, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman. And today I was, I got done watching Pat McAfee's show, and he said something interesting, and that is about he thinks that possibly the coaches that are the head coach slash offensive coordinator, are they helping out who they want to be a starting quarterback? For example, Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, is he doing trying to help out whether either Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance win the starting job? Maybe they're giving them better plays than they do the other quarterback, or Matt Nagy in Chicago with Justin Fields and Andy Dalton, or the other one he said was Peyton in New Orleans with Jameis Winston and Tyson Hill. That's very interesting, man. That's very interesting. But I mean, obviously, I do feel the head coach could obviously have a huge impact. If maybe he likes somebody, whether he likes or tell him better, he feels, I think, like, for example, I think if you're Matt Nagy, you're obviously, like, I mean, I would rather, if I'm going to fucking be helping a quarterback, you'd rather help Justin Fields. You've seen Andy Dalton. We saw them all those years in Cincinnati. Best case scenario, he's going to win you about 10 games, and you're going to get eliminated in the first round. So if Matt Nagy, you better be helping Justin Fields out. And then, it's interesting where you go to San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo did take you to a Super Bowl a few years ago. And then Trace Lance is very talented, but he barely played last year because of the virus. He couldn't really, the pandemic, so they can manipulate, the situation and they could, run some, we're going to run a naked bootleg with Tyson, Justin Fields, and then what, or a 5-step drop or 3-step drop, maybe you have a bad offensive line in Chicago, and you're like, what, I want to make Justin Fields look good. So Justin Fields, you only have him run a 3-step back, like 1, 2, 3, get rid of the ball. And then with Dalton, you can have him run a 5-step drop back, and he can get sacked. You can do stuff like that, if you're in Chicago with that bad offensive line, you can manipulate it that way, have Dalton run a bunch of 5-step dropbacks, and for them to have the football in his hands a lot longer, which means he has a better chance of getting sacked, or have to get rid of the football fast and potentially throw an interception. With Justin Fields, you're like, what? Get rid of the football quick. You put him on motion, maybe naked bootlegs, move him around the pocket. Like I said, maybe instead of 5-step dropbacks, you do 3-step dropbacks. You can do this shit if you're manipulated as an NFL head coach. So, what do you guys think in the comment section? Do you guys think these guys like Matt Nagy, Sean Payton, Kyle Shanahan are kind of switching it up and making it easier for their favorites? Justin Fields, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo for Kyle Shanahan since he went to a Super Bowl with him. Are these coaches having a huge impact on that? Are they choosing favorites, and are they making it easier? Are they calling easier plays for the quarterback they want to be their starting quarterback? And the other one, are they making it harder for them to try to win the starting job? It kind of goes back to last night, like I said about if maybe the Patriots could have said, Cam Newton, it's okay, we forgive you. You tested negative, all those tests you took outside of the facility, come back in. We had joint practices this week with the Giants. We need you to split reps with Mac Jones. Instead, they send him home, despite him testing negative all those days. But because there's a rule where you're only allowed to do that, leave the facility and come back if you're vaccinated. But if you're not vaccinated, you have to quarantine for 5 days. But maybe they could have danced around the rule if they really wanted Cam Newton to be there. Maybe this is a strategy. They send him home, whatever, and they want Mac Jones to get the full reps, the few snaps as with the Giants joint practices. So then, like I said last night, he can have a huge advantage when it comes to knowing the Giants' strengths and weaknesses after practicing them all week long. Where Cam Newton's gonna come like a pendejo and not know, and be rusty after not playing since over a week versus the Eagles. He has not practiced for like 5-10 days. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Until next time, I'm like a light. Holla at your boy.